Welcome to the Explainer. Look, the AI revolution is here, and it's not just for the big tech companies. Today, we're going to cut through all the hype and give you a real, practical guide on how you can turn artificial intelligence into an actual source of income. This is your action plan.
So let's start with this really powerful idea. AI isn't just some new app on your phone, it's a whole new economic landscape being built from the ground up. And right now, the architects of this new world are being decided. The question is, are you going to be one of them?
To really succeed here, you've got to understand that the rules of the game have totally changed. The old way of doing things, it's pretty much obsolete.
Okay, first things first. Stop thinking of AI as just another tool, like a calculator. The real mental shift is seeing AI as a massive lever. It basically transforms one person into a super employee who can do the work of an entire team. You're not just doing a task anymore, you're the conductor of a whole orchestra of AI tools, making amazing things happen.
And this right here is the absolute core of the whole thing. It's not just about what you know anymore. Your real value comes from how well you can direct AI. It's all about giving it strategic context. So instead of just telling it, hey, write an article, you'd say, write an article for people in their 20s about financial anxiety and use psychological triggers like loss aversion to make it really hit home. See the difference? That's not a command, that's a strategy.
So, the opportunities are absolutely massive, which can be a little overwhelming, right? Where do you even start? Well, we've boiled down tons of ideas into 3 main, profitable paths that you can start on, like today. Think of this as your personal treasure map.
This is your choose-your-own-adventure moment. Are you a creator, a problem solver, a builder? Each of these paths is a totally viable way to make money with AI. So let's break them down, and you can see which one feels right for you.
All right, let's dive into that first path, the creator. If you have any kind of creative spark, you can build these little engines that just pump out digital assets. The best part? You create it once, and you can sell it forever. We're talking about using tools like Midjourney to illustrate entire children's books, or Iva to compose royalty-free music even if you've never touched an instrument. It's all about creating valuable stuff with basically zero cost to make another copy.
And this is a perfect example of how simple a really complex process can become. It's basically a 4-step assembly line. You use one AI for the story, another for the art, a super simple tool for the layout, and then boom, you publish it to a global marketplace. The whole thing, from an idea in your head to a product people can buy worldwide, can be done with almost no financial risk. It's incredible.
Okay, let's move on to our second path, the consultant. This one is for all the problem solvers out there who want to use AI to help businesses. And honestly, this is the fastest way to start making cash.
You can literally start tonight on sites like Upwork or Fiverr. Offer services that are in super high demand, like prompt engineering, which is just the art of telling AI what to do, or AI-powered content editing. Then, once you get good and have a few clients, you can level up to an agency model. You could build custom chatbots for businesses and charge them a setup fee plus a nice monthly fee to keep it running.
Now here's a super important tip when you're selling these services. Don't lead with, I use AI. Nobody cares. Instead, you say, I deliver top quality work in 1/3 of the time for less money. They care about the results, faster, better, cheaper. Always remember, they're not buying the hammer, they're buying the house.
All right, path number 3. This is the big one, the most scalable path. The entrepreneur. This is for the builders, the visionaries, the people who want to create assets that make money for them 24/7, even when they're sleeping.
So this whole path is about one thing, turning your knowledge into a product. Instead of selling your time, you build a piece of software or a custom AI agent that thousands of people can pay you for every month. Imagine an AI that writes perfect social media posts for dentists, or one that analyzes workout data for athletes. You build it once, and it works for everyone.
And this is how you build something nobody else can copy. This is your secret weapon. See, anyone can use the public AI models, but you can train an AI on your own private data, your unique experience, your company's sales data, your personal research. That's data nobody else has, which means you can create a product that no one else can replicate.
Okay, so we've talked about the what, the 3 different paths you can take. But now for the big question. How do you actually do it without getting completely lost? Well, we put together a clear step-by-step roadmap to bring it all together.
This plan is all about the compound effect. Each step literally builds on the last one. You start by learning the tools. Then you use those new skills to make some quick cash freelancing.
You take that cash and build a more stable agency. And finally, you use the profits and everything you've learned from the agency to fund your own scalable product. It's a ladder, moving you from trading your time for money to owning assets that make money for you.
But for any of this to work, you have to have the right mindset. And that's the MVP, or minimum viable product mindset. Seriously, perfection is the enemy here. The goal isn't to build the perfect, flawless thing. The goal is to get something out there fast that solves one small problem. And then you learn from what real people do with it.
And listen, you don't need a huge audience or hundreds of customers right out of the gate. All you need is 10, just 10. 10 loyal first users who are going to give you that brutally honest feedback you need to make your product amazing. They're your true north.
Okay, last piece of the puzzle. Let's talk about the mental toolkit that drives this whole journey. Because a great plan is useless if you don't have the right mindset. We call it the VITA framework. Vision, consistency, adaptability, and action. It's that simple, but man is it powerful. Vision is your compass. It tells you where you're going. Consistency, or istikrar, is your engine. It's about showing up every single day. Adaptability, or daesham, means you're smart enough to pivot when something's not working. And action? Well, that's the fuel. Nothing happens until you start building.
Because at the end of the day, all the strategies and roadmaps in the world don't mean a thing if you don't do anything with them. You can watch videos and read articles forever, but real progress only starts when you stop consuming and start creating.
So, we'll leave you with this. The roadmap is right here in front of you. The tools are more accessible than they have ever been. The era of just watching from the sidelines is over. It's time to build. The only real question left is, what's your first step going to be?